Hello everyone. If I'm live, hopefully I'm live. Welcome to Mirror's Edge. My name is Bingo Bongos. Uh, and joined with me here is Philo for commentary. Say hello, Philo.
Hello.
My lad. Alright, so this is a really difficult game with lots of difficult stuff. Philo's gonna help me commentate what tricks I'll be doing. So I'll be starting in 3, 2, 1. We're off. Alright.
Yeah, so just to go through some of the basic tech in this game, what you're going to be seeing is Jim chaining together loads of really complex movements. The most obvious one is this turning of the camera 90 degrees. That's called a side jump boost. And that basically lets you get to full speed pretty much instantly, instead of having to slowly accelerate. You'll also see him against this red pillar there, rubbing his camera against the wall, and that is called a wall boost. Basically, you enter and then come out of a wall run really quickly, and that basically allows you to gain loads of speed. You can also see him there jumping across the gap with what looks like a double jump, and that's called a kick glitch. When you do a wall run and then kick out of the wall run, an invisible floor forms underneath you for 1 frame, and this pretty much allows you to double jump. So you'll see him chaining those together throughout the map to get some real good distance and speed.
I'm literally quaking at the moment. I am nervous. I don't want to mess up. This is a very difficult game. We're running from some cops, and they're not very nice. So here's an example of a chain. Oof. You know, we can just pretend that everything was fine there, right, Philo?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this game is that even if you don't run it, you won't be able to notice all the little time saves that Jim's doing. Like, honestly, some of these things save only 1 second, but are super hard, so cut him a bit of slack.
Yeah, please. Don't roast me in chat, please. My morale will go down.
It's a pretty... I think it's a pretty exciting game because of just how seamlessly all the movement bits link together. It's a really movement-heavy focus run, and you can also kind of get stuck on everything in all the levels. Everything has collision, so
there's a
it's
prime
really
example.
difficult to navigate your way through these levels seamlessly.
Very true. There was a prime example back there, and it's just like everything is so, I won't say punishing, it feels punishing to me, because as a runner of this game, I want everything to flow nice and smoothly, and every little bump that I hit, or every little, piece of collision that I unintentionally hit is, you don't really want that. We want to be nice and fast.
In that elevator there, you saw he didn't have a button press animation, and that's because he did something called the slide glitch, where if you're in the process of another animation, normally a slide, and then you bind interact to the mouse wheel, you can scroll the mouse wheel in order to skip the button press animation, and that basically allows you to get through buttons and valves and doors and things like that super quickly. And coming up here is a really difficult skip called Chapter 1 skip. What he's going to do is progress in the level and then go back to where he came from, and then the level will have deloaded, and he can kick glitch onto a later part of the level, and he's got it. Good job, man.
Thank you. That was close. Nearly, it's a really weird collision over here. I almost fell off, but we can ignore that, No worries there.
Get ready for some pretty trippy out-of-bounds areas in this game.
Yeah.
When the textures don't load, they kind of overlap with what was there previously, and so you get this really weird effect.
We're gonna see I'm gonna try a pedestrian skip, Philo.
Cool.
We'll explain it to you.
Yeah, so Jim's gonna go for this honestly really difficult skip called Pedestrian Skip. Probably only top 10 players would even think of attempting this in their runs, so to go for a marathon is pretty nutty, and what you're going to do is clip on top of this elevator by doing a precise turn at the time that it goes up, and then falling out of bounds and running through a section full of invisible walls and death barriers. So if Jim gets it, it's going to look super smooth, but if he even is 1 degree out of line, he's going to hit one of these invisible barriers and have to reload the checkpoint. So
that was really close.
let's see how it goes.
Whew. Yeah, that was really close. I honestly thought I wouldn't hit that, but I did. And we're
You got
through.
it? That's
Yeah,
insane.
we got it. We got it. We're in. We're in,
Hog
boys.
champ.
Hog champ in the chat.
You know, there's only a handful of runs that even have that in their PBs on the leaderboard. So, good job, man.
Thank you.
And so we're going to run across an outward bounds collision here to the end of the level. And then what you can do is once you get a checkpoint, you can quit and then reload in the game, in the menu. And this reloads the checkpoint that you just got. So that loads the rest of the level so you can get to the end. You'll see that used a lot in the run through a lot of outward bound skips.
Yeah, you'll
especially because
yeah, go on.
we time on in-game time, and sometimes it is a little bit faster to quit out and reload.
But considering this is RTA, we won't be doing as much, but you'll still see a handful of them, because even in RTA, they're faster. And
So yeah, that's chapter 1 done. Now we're going to chapter 2.
Chapter 2, an absolute. Now this is like, honestly, chapter 2 and chapter 3. You know, with this game, chapter 2 and chapter 3 are my worst enemies. Well, the first 3 chapters of this game, or maybe first 4 chapters, are really, really difficult.
Why not the first 5?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, I know. But just the first couple of chapters, because they're early on, we tried to put as many hard tricks as we can in them, and this is an example of one of them. This is called Canal Skip. He's going to be climbing out of bounds and having to chain together 4 kick glitches pretty much perfectly in order to fly all the way through the out of bounds space into a checkpoint, which is later on.
That feels
And
so good.
He managed to get it.
That feels
So
so good.
that's 2 out of 2 on the really hard tricks. Keep it up, bro.
Thanks, lad. It feels amazing. I bet it go on.
I just think it looks like you could be going for a really smooth run at this, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't even have live split on at this point. It'd be funny if I PB.
And this is Storm Drains, another area of the game with full of tiny precise movements, but that's pretty much everywhere. The main focus on here is going vertically, so you're going to be seeing a lot of springboards and climbs to get as high as you can in the level.
This one's a risky one. You see me jumping on the railing there and jumping on the white boxes there. That is a risky one because those white boxes are actually a checkpoint, and if you don't go for it, then you can go all the way back down. But I got it, because I'm alright at the game, you know. Just a couple 100 hours. Not to inflate my ego.
Jim's actually one of the newer runners to the game in terms of the time scale. Saying that though, he's still been around for a year or something like that. But he's one of the new prodigy top runners, I'd say, in the Mirror's Edge community. So compared to some of the old boys who've been around for years, so it's really impressive to see him running a marathon already, especially with a game of this caliber.
Oh dear. That's okay. Again, really weird collision on everything. Yeah, we're doing good actually. This is really good so far.
I'm super impressed with everything you've done so far.
Aww. You're sweet.
So, thanks, bro. Gonna be trying to climb up this Storm Drains exit now. And even these movements, which he's doing seamlessly now, are super difficult for a beginner. And maybe I bit my tongue, maybe I spoke too soon, but...
Yeah, you jinxed it, man. You jinxed it. There you go. That's better.
Yeah, and there's a bit of downtime now, so if there's any donations or anything, that would be a great time.
There's quite a few actually. First off, by the way, I'm watching this. I'm being very impressed. Oh my god, you're doing such a great job.
So sweet.
And we got a $5 donation from Xavier with no comment. Thank you very much, Xavier. You got a $5 donation from DJ Lampton, also without comment. Thank you very much. Then we had a $20 donation from the previous run, saying that Liquid did us proud, and he did for sure. But we also got a $20 donation right here that says, "Wow, Jim, you're such a cool gamer. It's no wonder you're a sub-30 legend. Congrats on getting into ESA, and good luck with the run." And then we had a $5 anonymous donation without a comment, and a $10 donation from Karak Haiku saying, "Good luck, everyone."
That's a meme.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. If you'd like to explain it really quickly about the thing I just did. The out of bounds?
Yeah, so he clipped out of bounds to get to this level early by jumping through the elevator, and that allows you to get to this jackknife section before you're supposed to, and so jackknife, the guy you're chasing, actually doesn't spawn. And now Jim's going to go for jackknife chain, which is a series of kick glitches put together. This is only in the world record at the moment by Votium.
I tried. That was a good start. That's alright.
Yeah, good start, but he missed the second kick just because of how tight it is. If you want to get the right angle there, you only have 1 frame to kick, so...
Yeah, it's an awfully thing. It's an awful kick glitch, that one. That is on my list of top 10 worst kick glitches.
Wow. Prestigious placement, for sure. And so instead, he's just going to go through the chase section normally, chasing after jackknife. Oh.
Nice one, dude.
Yeah, this section's really punishing, because if you die, you have to go all the way back to the start, which means if you're dying at the very, very end of the chase, you can lose over a minute. So it's a very punishing section for sure.
Yeah, especially that little wall there. It's a really strange one. Sometimes I can get it, sometimes I can't. There you go. That's better. That's a lot better. So yeah, even like one little kick glitch like that. Oh, and by the way, we can do anything with that kick animation, so we don't have to necessarily just jump. We can also do different animations like side jump boost, as you see me doing when I'm turning my camera. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. Not great, but not awful.
It's honestly amazing how well all the movement and the speed tech in this game links together. Like, obviously DICE are trying to make a free-flowing parkour game, but with all the glitches that all link together, they managed to make something that was probably better than they could have, even if they tried their hardest.
Whee! Not intentional. It's supposed to look like this. There you go. That's better.
Glitching across the gap here to an out-of-bounds area at the end of the level, and we'll get to the loading trigger for Chapter 3.
Whew. What a Chapter 2. It was wild. Not the greatest, but we can deal with that. Again, as I said previously, Chapter 3 is also a very, very punishing section.
Definitely.
If I miss this fence strat, which involves me doing that, there you go. We're good. Then I respawn all the way to the back.
Yeah. Both all the checkpoints in Chapter 3 pretty much are super punishing, similar to Chase. And we're going to see Jim go here for a skip called 3A3C, because you skip from Chapter 3 checkpoint A to Chapter 3 checkpoint C, skipping checkpoint B entirely. And he's going to be climbing up on top of this building, and then doing a super tight kick glitch chain to an out of bounds area. And this saves about 40 seconds or something like that. So it would definitely be a good thing to nail this.
That's really unfortunate.
And luckily he's not managed to connect to the wall run there at the very end. And that slow motion that you see is an in-game mechanic called reaction time, which allows you to slow down the game basically. And sometimes we use that in the speedrun in order to make the more precise tricks a little bit more manageable.
Usually I'd call that trick free, but it's the morning. I've just woke up, and that trick isn't incredibly free when you're a bit sleep deprived.
any excuses?
Yeah, any excuses we can take, I'll take them.
I think Mirror's Edge runners have a pretty bad habit of describing everything as easy, but honestly, it's so difficult. Like, even the tiniest jumps and movements here would take you hours to perfect as a new player, so...
Very true. It looks easier than it actually is.
Yeah, it's one of those skills where when you're doing it right, it looks easy, and when you're doing it wrong, it looks very hard. So hopefully this run will go and look very easy for all of you guys.
That is the aim. You see me spamming that elevator button right there? And this is where you're supposed to land after 3C, by the way, but I didn't get the skip. But that's fine. That that elevator button. You can spam it and it opens up faster. Should we explain the concept of free scroll mice, or are we not bothered?
Yeah, I can do. So a lot of runners for this game are using free scroll mice, so that's like Logitech brand mice that have like a loose scroll wheel. and that allows you to do more inputs, and in some places that'll save sections of time.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Or unlucky, and that's the problem with this 3C checkpoint, is that it's if you die, you're gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, but you won't even see it. Trust me. You blink and you'll miss it. And I want you to miss it, because this is not going very well. Let's, What? I've never had that before. That is really strange. We'll go Safeway. Even the Safeway looks kind of cool. But it does mean that the way I would do it, normally, would spawn in some guards. But if I go to Safeway, this is just a extension of the casual route. You know what? We're not going to Safeway. We don't take any bets.
What a legend.
Psych!
He can't turn off his instincts. He's a speedrunner at heart. He's never gonna stop.
Everyone got jebaited over there. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I had to. Yeah, that's 3C. Very punishing checkpoint. The definition of punishing?
It's pretty much known as the Noob Slayer section of the game.
Very much so. It is the Noob
And he's
Slayer.
going to take the elevator here up to the next checkpoint, 3D or cranes.
And when you have them all, we got a pretty special donation.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
We have a $300 donation from the previous runner, Mr. Liquid Wi-Fi, saying donating what I owe plus a little extra. Good luck to the rest of the runners. Thank you once again, Liquid.
What a legend.
What a legend.
What a legend.
Just like this run I'm watching.
Oh, thank you.
Only legends run at ESA Marathon.
Very true. And you, moving on back to the game. You see me doing a curved wall kick glitch. That wall over there is curved, and it has some really strange collision. But, you know, again, I'm alright. I've had a few hours. Just had a casual playthrough before.
Practice.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of practice. And this is why it's called cranes, because obviously there are cranes there. You can do a kick glitch all the way from there and make the gap, but I'm not good enough. I only have
that cranes kick glitch is pretty much the hardest trick in the entire run.
Yeah.
It's just one kick glitch, but the timing is double frame perfect, so definitely tough.
Moving on to chapter 4, nice Spider-Man climb.
Yeah, we're going to do a skip in this chapter where you fall through the floor to reach a later checkpoint, which misses out pretty much half the chapter. Skips you from the beginning area here into the subway later on. And you do that just by climbing over a fence and then walking through a window. Some of the out of bounds areas in this game are super easy to get into.
There you go. No
And
problem.
so he's pausing at the right height there, and then unpausing once the game loads in to die. And that spawns you later on.
I'm gonna do a blue wall strat here. I go super fast. Come on, keep going, keep going. We're trying to outrun a train.
He's doing loads of wall boosts along this wall to get loads of speed, and he's gonna be escaping a train, which he's done. That's called 1 trains. We're going for 2 trains on the second train later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus and get that 2 trains.
So you have to press a button in the janitor's room with some pretty tight indoor movement, and then bunny hop through a corridor to escape the second train.
This chapter is most definitely... It's so claustrophobic. I really hate it.
So you saw one of the other trains in the distance there, and then he's just going to be trying to get as fast as he can through this train tunnel.
Come on! Here you go.
Yes, he's done it. He got 2 trains. If you don't get 2 trains, you have to wait for the train to go past you for a bit, and that's obviously slower.
Very much slower. I mean, it's not very much slower, but again...
Yeah, you lose 4 minutes if you don't get 2 trains, so...
100% guaranteed of getting run over by the trains. Not. And I'm gonna lower down my volume here because it's really loud.
Yeah, this is a auto-scroll section of the game. You just got to sit on this train and wait, so if there's anything to be said, then this would be a great time for it. for a little break for the runner?
There currently aren't any donations, so we would really, really appreciate it if people would chime in on the ESA speedrunning marathon where we're raising money for the Save the Children Corona Relief Fund. It's a 4-day ongoing event where right now we're watching this beautiful run of Mirror's Edge. Coming up after this is, I believe, a Half-Life run, and all the days are going to end with a special. And this is entirely special, especially if you're familiar with it. A special crowd control run that will be influenced with your donations. So definitely stay tuned for this 4-day event where, again, we're raising money. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Karen.
Oh, I was going to say, obviously stay tuned for this awesome 4-day speedrunning event where we're raising money for... obviously, you know, that which affects us all.
So yeah, after that auto-scroller, we're done with Chapter 4 and we're into Chapter 5.
Chapter 5. This
One
one
of the coolest chapters in the game, I think. It's got some amazing tricks, and it's very open, and there's loads of kick exchange you can do.
Yeah, I really like this.
Go.
Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of the kick glitch chains, and to describe them would be extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of really, really, really precise. Just take my word for it, okay? Very, very, very precise kick glitches.
Everything you see here is insanely difficult. Jim's going to clip this elevator here and get into the next section early, so you can run a couple of meters and skip having to do it later.
Yep. The reason why you don't see me jumping earlier onto this fence here is because the game still thinks I'm in the elevator and limits my movement. Oh dear. But it proved pointless because I can't get a kick glitch. Oh well, that's fine.
Unfortunate.
Yep. So you don't necessarily... kick glitches don't necessarily have to happen on walls. They can also happen on, well, any collision that you can technically wall run on. Let's do a cheeky kick glitch chain here if we can. Psych. What a save.
So what Jim's got to do there is chain together 2 kick glitches on the same wall, and that is more difficult than normal kick glitch chains because you only have 1 frame to do your jump input. Because if you do successive jump inputs on successive frames, then you're going to jump out of the wall run before you can kick glitch again. So anytime you see 2 kick glitches on the same wall, just know that that is even more precise than normal chains.
Ooh. Never had that before.
Unlucky angle. And you just got to climb some pipes here to get to the top of the
3, 4,
building.
6, 7. Hoop, hoop. We'll get up here. There you go. I'm gonna go for the New Edian chain. See how that
What
goes.
a legend. So he's gonna go for another kickless chain later on in a few seconds.
Providing that the guards don't annihilate me. These ones here.
Well, what is good about this run is there's very little RNG, although occasionally the guard AIs can mess with you. He's going to go for New Edian chain right now. Oh, he actually missed the... So there you got to drop and then turn your camera to avoid hitting, getting the collision for the zipline grab, but he didn't turn his camera enough, so he just got the zipline and couldn't get through it.
Ah, pretty annoying. This section can be optimized so well. Shout out to Votium for doing the Chapter 5 world record. Absolutely insane. I think it happened a couple of days ago, and that run is just a montage of amazing movement, and it's really difficult.
If you guys are liking this run and you want to check out more of this kind of stuff, then if you just look at the IL records on the Mirror's Edge leaderboard, then you can see some of the finest movement in this game.
I thought I was watching the finest movement in the game. This has been a treat.
No, this is pretty bad compared to the best. So
thanks, Philo.
You're welcome. Coming up soon in the mall is a trick called Beamer, and what he's gonna have to do is do a turn animation on a specific frame, and that allows you to get shot across the room and grab a ledge higher up. We'll see how many tries it takes him.
Easy.
Oh, he got it. He got it first try. He got it first try. So obviously that looks super easy to you guys, but if you're not familiar with the game, but that is literally frame perfect. So that timing has been practiced and learned by Jim over many months.
That was the best small I've ever done in my entire life. Not even
Bringing out the big plays for the marathon.
You know what? I'm gonna wait for this fan to stop spinning. I can go in now. Nice voice crack, Jim. Because the game stops. The game stops making you die after that little fan blade reaches that little halfway point, and those guards
That was
aren't
a
very
big
nice.
fan.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
big
your
fan.
biggest fan.
Thank you, Philo. Did you tier 3 sub?
Of course.
Really? Oh.
Yes.
But did you donate to the ESA Marathon charity?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now you contender for biggest fan. Go on
No.
chapter 6, the worst. Absolute worst. We're gonna see some pretty trippy stuff again. I'm gonna get this checkpoint actually, if I can reach it.
Yeah, so he's grabbing a pole here to get a checkpoint in case he dies. And what's going to happen is he's going to try and jump out of bounds onto an invisible wall, roll down to street level. When you roll, it resets your height so you can fall longer distances, and then jump through an out of bounds area and kick glitch into a loading trigger where the level will load around him and then he can progress later.
Perfect.
Mwah, beautiful.
Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Absolutely. It tastes so good. And that was basically the worst part of chapter 6. If you fail anywhere in that little section there where you try to go out of bounds, I sometimes even mess up the kick glitch. Then you just get sent straight back, and it's awful. It feels, you get heart pain, you get heartburns, you get all the listed diseases. Oh yes, there you go. Yeah, that was pretty good. Not bad, eh? Some
Not
of the
bad.
some of the finest movement I've seen, according to other people. Not you, Philo. And these are pursuit cops. Can't swear, so I'm just gonna say that they're frickin' annoying.
Yeah, for sure. There's the most annoying guards in the game. They can hit you with their taser guns and stop you moving.
And they're fast. They learnt the art of the parkour as well. And if you know the lore, you'll know why they know the parkour.
Yeah, the story of this game probably isn't worth getting into. It's not its strongest aspect. Let's say that.
Yeah, it really isn't. But the movement's what we're here for. And if you didn't know already, Philo is a how can I put this in the best terms?
Legend of the game.
There you go, perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself. He's an absolute legend. If you don't know his
Thanks,
name,
Tim.
no problem. I looked up to you.
Thanks. So in this last checkpoint, we're going to be getting through the level, probably using well, not going for hidden springboard, but going through some of the walls, doing wall boosts and kick glitches, onto a zip line where you can drop onto a train and enter the next chapter, which is called The Boat. Although I'm not really sure why it's called The Boat.
We're doing this?
Since we don't go in the boat at all. Instead, we're going to be doing a skip called Boat Skip, where we can completely avoid it and skip from the very first checkpoint in the level, to the very last checkpoint in the level, without going through any of the actual level itself. So
Yeah.
this cuts it down from like a 4-minute chapter to less than a minute.
See that little, little speck on my screen? Really, really small speck on my screen that's very green? That is the boat. But the game is really nice to us. So we just go out of bounds. And the first and last checkpoints of this chapter are both outside. So we don't need to worry about any boat. We just get over this fence if I can get over it. Let's go to Noob Way. There you go. And this is where the checkpoint is. You'll see it on the bottom left. Quit out, reload, and bada bing bada boom. Magic, just like that.
It's actually pretty lucky that the only skip in the game that skips an entire chapter is boat, because most people don't like that chapter anyway.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of annoying movement in it. And so now you just got to fight Celeste, and that'll be the ending of chapter 7.
Pillow.
Small spoiler there for anyone who hasn't played this 2008 game.
You can't say that. It's a spoiler. Moving on to chapter 8 though. You'll see my favorite. What's your favorite section in the game, Philo? Is it Atrium?
Not personally, but I know that Atrium is definitely a lot of runners' favourites. It's got some really slick movement, and if you can do it all seamlessly, it looks buttery smooth.
I'm gonna try my best to do that because every time it's nice and slick. It's just really nice.
Coming in a few checkpoints, but first we got to get through 8A, which Jim has done pretty perfectly, and after this elevator we'll be going into 8B. Yeah, another really open area which we can just kick through, and at the end you'll see.
Time for some donations. We got a few actually.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Go on.
Excellent. We got a $20 donation from Tiny Tim, saying, "Hey all, really enjoying the marathon so far and can't wait to see what ESA has in store for us this weekend. Also, shout outs to Bingo Bongo for an amazing display of gaming skill. Cheers."
Aw, thank you.
And then we get a $30 donation from T-Dog20, saying, "Since there weren't any donations, I gotta do what I gotta do." Jim, you're doing a great.
Thank you, lad.
What you saw Jim doing now is called 8B skip, and he's going to jump out into an out-of-bounds area and hit a checkpoint early, and he can just quit out and reload into the checkpoint, and that just saves a few seconds of going down in the elevator. And now we are in the Atrium. This movement's looking pretty slick so far.
Up, up, up.
And what you're going to be seeing him do here at the end, once he gets to the top, is a skip called Atrium, where, similar to AB skip, there's a checkpoint later on where the level hasn't loaded yet, but the checkpoint is still there. So you can jump into that with a specific lineup. And honestly, this Atrium looked pretty much perfect. That was insane to watch.
Thank you, thank you. That was really nice. Just make sure we get this lineup. I think that should be good. Yes. Ooh, that was cutting it close. I saw that line. I was using a visual guideline on where to actually go, and I was cutting it close.
That was pretty fantastic though, man. Good job.
Thank you, lad. Okay, what am I doing?
What he's going to do here is kill himself, or try his best to kill himself. And that spawns a truck trigger behind a wall. And so in this section you have to shoot a truck, but by killing yourself first, you can shoot it early by shooting it through the wall.
Come on. It's time to go. Oh, it doesn't spawn. That's a shame. But yes, you saw me do a truck bang.
Yeah, and normally if you shoot the center dot there, there's a giant rat that spawns and runs through the level.
Not the most hygienic.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's a pretty haha moment.
And so now just some rolls. Oh, a little death there. So you have to roll right on the very edge of these platforms in order to get the maximum fall height loss, and then you can go through to the revolving door and skip into chapter 9, the final chapter of the game.
I'm crying already.
Yeah, I know, I can't believe this run's been over so quick, but that's a testament to Jim's skill.
You sound so monotone when you say that.
Nah, it's true, man. I'm a big admirer of everything you do.
Aw. Alright, it's gonna be really loud, sorry. Whew, it hurts me more than it hurts you, okay?
Yeah, that audio is pretty deafening.
Yep. The reason why that happens is because we scroll a lot to get the valve going, you know. We gotta run fast. And by doing so, the amount of scroll inputs that you do, the amount, the scroll amount. Oh my god, dude, I can't even speak. You just do it for me.
I'll go through it. Yeah. So basically, you scroll a lot and it makes it go faster.
Thank you.
And now we're going to be going the Beveridge Skip, which is a very difficult skip. So you can do it. You're going to have to clip on top of this elevator, and then walk out of bounds and pause at a very precise time, in order to get the right height, and then the level will load in around him.
We can
So you
ignore
missed
that
it
happen.
first, right? With, how hard it is.
Yep.
It's honestly pretty precise. You got to get right in the corner and scroll at the right time.
There you go.
And this skip is called Beveridge Skip because the audio in the elevator which you skip is talking about all the beverages that the shard has to offer.
Okay. I busted out the big guns there. I went as fast as I could, hitting tab, and you see it buffering, and we've loaded into an area, hitting the checkpoint, and bada bing bada boom.
Perfect.
We're here.
So he's got to skip that area of the game, and he's on to the last two checkpoints of the game, the sniper area here. Just going to do a skip called Sniper Skip. There's a really thin wall here, it's 1 pixel thick, and so in order to stay on it, oh, did your game crash?
No.
No.
It alt tabbed.
Oh.
Sick.
Anyway, so on this wall, it's only 1 pixel thick, and so in order to stand on it, you have to.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is your PC okay?
My PC's not being nice. Oh no.
All right, some few technical difficulties going on here, boys.
Yeah. You know.
Please bear with.
We can ignore that happened.
Yeah, we'll just ignore it, boys. Just ignore it.
The keyboard
Yeah,
is not responding.
Really? That's so interesting.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Oh, that's brilliant. Mwah. That's so good. That's exactly what I needed. Let me see.
Controller plugged in,
I don't have a controller plug. Yeah, let's do it with controller.
if you can.
I know nothing about the controls in this game. Dude, that's sick. That's actually a part of the game. It intentionally crashes you. No worries there. You know, we can ignore that. So now we're playing on controller. No.
So there's only 2 checkpoints left in this game, and it seems like Jim's keyboard has decided to die.
Yeah, it really has. I can restart like really quickly, if needed.
I mean, it'd probably be up to ESA. Like, there's only 2 checkpoints left if you wanted to call it a day.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna restart really quickly. Sorry about it. I think there would be a time to read donations if that's okay. I promise I'll be underestimate if I'm not already overestimate.
I can read a donation.
Yeah, thank you.
Go for it.
I'll be back.